This morning, we want to say so long, winter. Hello, spring. We're going to break down the new season by the numbers. And here, of course, Mr. Brian Cheung, NBC News business and data correspondent. Brian, good to see you.
Hey, happy spring. You guys smell it in the air?
You can
Maybe that's the allergies?
The ozone.
The ozone. Yeah,
all right. Spring, of course, super popular for travel. So what are we doing? What's the numbers?
Okay, yeah. So staggering stats here. 50 million people are expected to travel for spring break between March 6th and March 24th. That is a lot of people. Again, TSA getting ready for what could be a crush at the airport. And people are paying a lot to go travel for spring break. Get this, $820 is the average domestic round trip flight. Very expensive. Yeah, that's up. That's up compared to previous years. And then if you're going on a cruise, for those that want to get out of the country and maybe hit the seas a little bit, $1,500 is the average domestic cruise fare. But an interesting trend, Airbnb says a lot of people are doing like this eat, pray, love. They're going on solo trips. 17 nights is the average length for a solo trip. People trying to hit multiple countries. So a lot of people trying to get out there by themselves. And then lastly, this is a really important one for travelers. May 7th, which is during spring, real ID. You're going to need a real ID to get through the TSA checkpoint.
Right.
Make sure you check with your local state about what the requirements are.
Each state's ID is different.
Yeah, it's a little bit different. So just make sure you look that up online. If you have a passport, though, by the way, that is a form of real ID.
All right. Now, of course, April showers bring May flowers, they say. Let's talk about showers and flowers.
Okay, yeah. So, there's going to be a lot of bloomed, beautiful flowers coming out for the season. So 2.71 is the average inches of rain that we could expect in April. And some more stats for you there. When it comes to that rain, that's going to support these beautiful cherry trees down in Washington, D.C. 17,000 plus expected for the peak bloom, which, by the way, is going to begin next Friday. So next weekend, going to be beautiful down in the nation's capital. This comes from 1-800-Flowers. 17.8 million stems are expected to be sent out for Mother's Day. Among the most popular flowers are going to be, of course, tulips and roses. And then when you talk about tulips, 800 tulip varieties at the Netherlands Festival. I'm going to butcher this. I think the name of it is called the... let's see, Keukenhof tulip. Keukenhof.
The Keukenhof.
Again, my Dutch is not that great, but beautiful.
You're not wearing clogs
today. I'm not wearing the clogs today. Okay. No, I'll bring the Crocs out for the next one. And then lastly here, the tallest bloom, 10 feet and 2 inches. It's called a corpse flower. I don't know if we have
the corpse flower?
I don't know if we have a photo of it. It's huge.
The corpse flower.
The corpse flower.
That's the one that stinks.
And it stinks. It blooms like it blooms one.
There it is. It smells like a rotting corpse.
Yep, and it's taller than a human being. It is massive. So some crazy stats there.
Okay, from the corpse flower to March Madness.
Yeah, a bit of a pivot here.
Yeah, okay, so let's talk perfect brackets. I do not have one.
Yeah, mine got busted after the literal first game, so I'm not one of these.
I got some bad advice.
Yep, there are 30. You don't believe raining on this guy?
How's that bus look under this little drive-by there?
36,000 remaining March Madness perfect brackets after just the first day. We haven't even gotten through the first round of 64 yet. But by the way, again, we're expecting to see no perfect brackets. Still has never been one in March Madness history. 14 opening day baseball games are expected from the MLB. 28 teams are going to be playing. That's going to be coming up on March 27th, rather. And then also later on in the season, we're going to have the 129th running of the Boston Marathon. 30,000 runners expected in that one. 30 Major League Soccer teams getting ready for the soccer league season here domestically. By the way, there are new teams. San Diego now has an MLS team for the first time. And then lastly, 894 is the NHL goal record for Wayne Gretzky. As we know, Alexander Ovechkin with the Capitals is getting real close. He just scored yesterday his 888th goal. So we're expecting this season for him to eclipse that very, very
So really, you're pretty bullish on Ovi doing it. I think so.
I think so. I mean, there's not many games left in the season, but I was actually there for his 700th goal in New Jersey, which was awesome. But I mean, he's, lightning.
Let's talk about shows and tours this spring. What can we expect?
Yeah, so 32. We actually just had to update this number because Beyonce now added another show to her tour list for Cowboy Carter. 32 shows. This is going to be the biggest concert tour of the entire season. Some other stats for you here. May 23rd is the Mission Impossible release date. Apparently, this is going to be the last one, I think, that Tom Cruise might be doing. So that could be big for that series. The second season of Last of Us is expected on HBO. I don't know if anyone watches that show. It's a little scary.
Oh, it's fantastic.
It's fantastic, but it is terrifying.
Post-apocalyptic.
Absolutely terrifying. Corpse Flowers. If you like Corpse Flowers, you're going to love Last of Us. And then lastly here, the 78th annual Tony Awards are coming up. Cynthia Erivo will be hosting that.
You always leave us with a big number.
Yeah, the big number that I got for you here is 80%, I believe. And that, anyone has a guess here?
80%.
That is the percentage.
The chance that Craig won't pick up the check?
Oh, that's...
We're going to dive into that a little later
on. Too, bro.
That's the percentage of people that are going to be doing spring cleaning, which means 20% will not. I might be in that 20%. You should see my apartment. It's a mess.
You're busy.
It's a mess. Yeah, exactly.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.